Welcome to another mat session with York and Jen. Today we're going to be doing some floor work using a TheraBand to aid with stretches and try and get an overall body workout that is possible for everybody to do and to do comfortably. So if you battle with any of the moves, be sure to let us know and we can possibly give you some alternatives. So you're going to go ahead and lie down on your back, reaching your hands long towards your heels and just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So just draw in your tummy and try and breathe in through your nose as you float your right leg up into tabletop and then place it gently back down on the mat. Again, inhale to float your left leg up and exhale to bring it back down. With each inhale, you'll inflate your rib cage out to the side, and as you exhale, you'll deepen your lower abdominal contraction and try and gently pull up your pelvic floor. So it's inhale to float and exhale to lower. We're going to progress the exercise, so float both legs up into tabletop and just tap the right foot down and then tap the left foot down. So you're tapping right foot on the floor, both legs are in tabletop, but you're alternating. We've got quite a fast pace. If you need to slow it down, you're welcome to, but you're drawing in that tummy and you're tapping. If you need to, you may put your hands underneath your bum for support, just to make it a little bit easier on those abdominals, and you definitely aren't arching your low back. You're wanting to sink that spine into the mat. Lower one leg to the floor and then lower the other leg to the floor and rest. This next movement is actually quite complicated, so I'm going to talk you through it very slowly and carefully. You're going to lift your right leg into tabletop and then float your arms reaching up towards the ceiling and take your arms overhead as you extend your right leg. You'll bring your arms down at the same time that you bend your knee and lower your foot, and then lift the other leg up to tabletop and take your arms overhead. Bend it back to tabletop as you lower your arms to the floor and lower your foot to the floor. You'll repeat this by alternating from side to side, and if the arms get a little bit confusing, then you can leave them on the floor and just focus on extending one leg at a time. So to tabletop, extend, bend, and lower. To tabletop, extend, bend, and lower. 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 Well done. We're going to do some curl-ups, so lift your bottom up off the floor, vertebra by vertebra, and then lay your spine back down gently. Sucking in your tummy, you're going to lift and peel your hips up off the floor and come down slowly, bit by bit. I want you to engage your tummy, scoop out your tummy muscles, and then lay it down slowly, unraveling your pelvis. Pop up again and come down slowly. All the while you're reaching your hands long towards your heels. Your neck is loose and you're really trying to use your glutes and your hamstrings and tuck your tail as you peel yourself up and press at the top and come down again. So keep going up and down at your own pace, but trying not to let the knees fall out or cave in. And you want to make sure that your feet are about a fist width apart and your knees are in line with your feet, so also a fist width apart. You want to breathe in to float the bottom up to the top, and then exhale as you lay your spine down bit by bit. Good, so just a few more. Great. Next exercise, you press your hips up into the air and you're going to roll one side of your pelvis down towards the mat, and so you're essentially twisting at the top of your bridge. So you're twisting your hips from one side to the other while keeping your knees the same distance apart the whole time, trying not to let them flare out to the side, trying not to conk into the middle. Keep the height in your hips and keep a consistent, regular breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. It should be burning, so if it's burning, that's great. Just a few more. Keep the height, don't drop down now, and I don't want any discomfort. So I want burning but no pain in any joints. Well done. Lower your hips. We're going to move onto your side. So lying on your right hand side, you're going to straighten your right arm underneath your head. Bend your knees so that your feet are in line with the rest of your spine, and lift your knee up towards the ceiling and down again. You want to make sure that your hips are perfectly stacked one on top of the other, and you inhale to lift your knee and then you exhale to lower it. Keeping your tummy drawn in and your shoulders also stacked one on top of the other. Lift that knee using the deep gluteal muscles. Try not tuck your tail, try not overarch your back. You just want to lift up and down. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Now extend your legs long, and you're going to lift your straight left leg up and down, trying not to fall forward or back with your body, which is plank-like. You can use your left hand on the floor in front of you for support. You must point your toes and reach that leg long as if it's reaching out of its socket. You're squeezing your bum and lifting slightly back. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Now tap your left foot in front of your right and take it back behind and tap. So you are drawing a semicircle, an arch over your right leg. You're tapping. Keep your hips steady. Keep your leg long. So reach that leg out of its socket. Good. Well done. Let's do the other side. So roll over onto the other side. Straighten your left arm. And you're going to bend your knees so that your feet are in line with your spine and lift your right knee up and down. Keep your hips perfectly stacked, one on top of the other. Breathing in through the nose to lift your knee and exhale to lower it. Don't roll back. Don't go for height and sacrifice your stability in your pelvis. Rather keep them shallow and just try and keep your pelvis steady and then work against that solid pelvis. So squeezing and pressing up against the solid pelvis with your knee. Extend both legs. Lift and reach your right leg long as if you're reaching it towards the wall. Try and imagine that you're pulling it out of its socket while squeezing your bum and lifting the leg slightly back. Don't let your back do the work, so don't cave in your back, but reach that leg long. Tap your foot in front and take it behind. Tap in front and take it behind. Good, no flailing around. Keep steady and stable. Don't let your head pop forward, don't look at your toes. Rather keep your head back in line with your spine. Yay! Making a diamond shape with your fingers. We're going to do upper back extensions. You lift your collarbones and your neck and head up off the floor, but keep your lower rib cage touching the floor. Now you must tuck your tail to protect your spine and press your elbows into the floor. The objective here is to have the feeling of a long spine that's shooting like a torpedo up and forwards. Tuck your tail and squeeze your bottom. Good, nearly there. Keep drawing in that belly button and rest. You're going to press yourself back into a prayer stretch, so bum on heels, arms out in front of you, reaching your fingertips forward. I want you to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just reaching those fingers long, hold that position, maximizing your breath. If your knees are sore, you can widen them. If you can't get your chest down low enough, widen those knees. Then come up into a 4-point kneeling position with your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes underneath you and lift your knees about 1 centimeter off the floor, and then lower your knees back down. It's important that you engage your tummy and that you try and maintain a neutral spine. You're going to press those hands into the floor, separating your shoulder blades. Try and squeeze your bottom but suck in your tummy. Make sure you're not letting your head sink towards the floor. We're going to move on to doing some Supermans now, half Supermans. You can extend your right arm and left leg, but do not lift your foot off the floor. You just step your foot back and then lower your limbs back down onto the floor, lifting your left arm but touching your right foot on the floor behind you. It's almost just a preparation for the Superman, the full Superman. Sucking in your tummy, you will keep your hips perfectly level and not let one bum drop. Keep that pressure across the front of your pelvis by drawing in your tummy and using the support knees bottom to keep the other one elevated. Pressing this stationary hand into the floor, lifting your collarbones up towards the ceiling and making sure your back is like a table. Try and keep your chin drawn in so that you can lengthen your spine. And we're going to do the full Superman. Right arm, left leg extends, come down, alternate to the other side, and come down. Again, trying not to let the hip drop and trying not to let your face gravitate towards the floor. It's quite common that we sink into the shoulder and we allow those collarbones to fall towards the floor. We want to press your hand firmly into the floor and really lift your sternum up towards the ceiling. Great. Doing well. Keeping that tummy drawn in. And last one. We're going to do a stretch. So you're going to reach your right arm underneath your left armpit, rotating underneath you, dropping your right shoulder onto the floor. Breathing in the stretch. Try and keep your hand planted on the floor and roll your body back against that solid shoulder. We want to avoid any neck pain or discomfort, so if you are uncomfortable in this position, rather make your way out of it, and we can always give you something else to work on. You're going to go up back into 4-point kneeling, left arm threaded underneath your right armpit and reach onto the floor, resting your shoulder onto the mat. You're going to draw your body back and just enjoy that stretch. Good, and just a last breath in. Exhale. And come out of the stretch. Moving onto your back. And do a figure of 4 bum stretch, so cross your left leg over your right and bring your knees up towards your chest. Grab hold of your thigh and pull. Again, lengthening the spine, focusing on breath, just enjoying the moment, pulling your knee towards your chest but arching your low back ever so slightly by pressing your sacrum into the floor, and swap over to the other side. Lovely. Just enjoy it. Good. And now we're going to move on. Grab hold of your TheraBand and we're going to stretch your hamstrings. Loop the TheraBand around your right foot and straighten your right leg in the air, and then extend the left leg along your mat, reaching it and pushing your thigh into the floor. I want you to hold quite high up on your band. You can use a towel, a belt, anything, or you can even just use your hands. You grab your calf. But we're stretching the hamstring. I like to add a point and flex, so pointing your toes against the band. But if you just hold still and pull, it's very effective too. Excellent. Going to move to the other side. Looping the band around your left foot, you can extend your left leg in the air and straighten your right leg down into the floor and just hold your stretch. Squashing your thigh down into the floor. Again, you may point and flex, or just hold it still. Great, and we can lower that leg down to the floor and put your TheraBand to the side. I want you to allow your arms and legs to relax loose at your sides. And you're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, let all tension just go. Well done, and thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.